Today we are going to do a poster presentation on Monsanto. It's a seed company. It says genetically modified seeds. It claims that it's a sustainable agricultural company. So the main aim of this research is to identify whether Monsanto's claim is actually justifiable or not. The demand for sustainable agriculture is increasing day by day because farmers around the world are trying to produce at a growing population. The population is growing at a tremendous rate, but the number of agricultural crops are not growing at the same rate. The field space is obviously the same. So what we need to do is we need to come up with faster rate of production, and genetically modified organisms is one way of doing it. Well, there is a constant rate. There is a table here. Almost all crops, rice, wheat, and maize, which are known as three major crops, they have remained at a constant rate since 1960s, and where the world's population is growing. And if you look at upper Euphrates, that includes India and northern Africa, they are still using the same old methods of producing crops. That means that we have not been able to produce as per the requirement of the world. The number of undernourished people have, however, fallen down. Again, that's because of genetically modified crops. But nobody knows the whole range of health harms that it could do has not been studied by anyone yet. So I started off doing with a literature review on Monsanto. Bell 2010, in its study in Haiti, found that Monsanto had donated 475 tons of hybrid seeds, and they all contained ethylene bicarbonates, which were extremely harmful to the farmers. So if the farmers had to plant those seeds, they would have to wear unprotected gear. That's how bad it was. It was all donated stuff. Hinder and Steiner in 2007 found China, India, and Brazil were the three largest importers of Monsanto seeds. Not just Monsanto, genetically modified seeds. And in Russian English news channel RT in 2014 revealed that 290,000 farmers in India had committed suicide in India over the last 20 years and blamed Monsanto for being the main reason behind it. The cotton industry in India has gone down. There was another study in Brazil where Monsanto was actually introduced to wipe out these wheat plants. But what happened is the wheat plants became so used to the Monsanto genes that they started to grow in number instead of actually depleting. Monsanto in Brazil, again, was under constant criticism because it entered the country in 2001 when it was illegal to do so. So what it did is it encouraged farmers to plant these seeds, and then in 2002 it entered the actual country. And then by then the Brazilian government had to come under pressure. It was under a lot of pressure from farmers that were demanding Monsanto seeds. That's how it made an entry. So the main aim of this research is to see whether Monsanto's claims are justifiable or not. That is what the literature tells us. They have been criticized in all parts of the world. Now we'll go on to our research methodology. Health and other benefits. Then we looked at attitude towards using Monsanto, behavioral intention to use, and then actual use of Monsanto. That's a research framework. A survey was conducted among 50 farmers in Bhaktapur and the Harding district. We could not go to, obviously, a 5% confidence interval. It would have come to 384 sample. The sampling size could not go to that much due to the time limitations with the university and lack of funding, obviously. Literatures from various countries in relation to Monsanto were studied. As I said before, various journals were obviously studied to see what the data came from. Questions. The questionnaires were borrowed, so the need for factor analysis was removed. I did not have to conduct any factor analysis because the questionnaires were borrowed from existing journals. The model, so question number 1 to 3 talked about the usefulness of genetically modified seeds. And what we did is we took a mean of all three seeds, and they came to 2.16, 1.96, and 2.08. On a 5-point likelihood scale, that would be somewhere around disagree. So Nepalese farmers disagreed about using genetically modified seeds. So the next 4 questions were to see where Nepalese farmers lie in aspects of health benefits. First, perceived health benefits with genetically modified seeds, and that was negative too. They did not know, most of them. In some cases, they were slightly towards neither agree nor disagree with 2.78, but most of them were still on the negative side, saying, okay, we disagree, we would not eat that. Then we looked at the attitude of farmers towards Monsanto seeds. Monsanto seeds yield better results than normal seeds. They neither agreed nor disagreed. That is because Nepalese government has actually stopped Monsanto seeds to be used by farmers. So they could not tell us whether they agreed or disagreed. The seeds are cheaper than normal seeds. Again, they don't know because they have not been able to purchase. However, this is where it comes. Monsanto is committed to helping farmers, and Monsanto seeds should be legalized in Nepal. The farmers did not agree to that. So the findings from the survey and the literature review do not agree to Monsanto's vision of becoming a successful, sustainable agricultural company. Literatures have shown us that in various parts of the world they are being criticized. In India, there was a guy that wrote a book in 2001 calling Monsanto seeds the seeds of death, the seeds of suicide. In fact, the findings show that Monsanto are becoming increasingly unpopular in various different parts of the world and have come under intense criticism from farmers around the world, which has led to banning of their seeds in a number of countries, including Nepal. Monsanto's claim of sustainable agricultural company is therefore not justifiable in the light of controversies and attitudes of farmers that do not agree with the company's original vision. However, Monsanto has pledged to help the lives of over 1 million farmers by 2020. Again, that's in my original report. I could not fit everything here. Thank you, that's everything. Any questions? I'd love to answer.
What is the recommendation that you trying to put forth for Monsanto? If they say you are one of them.
It is difficult with Monsanto because they have received a lot of criticism already. Now, two things. Firstly, they need to remove the patents on their seeds. The problem with American farmers is what happens is, say I plant a Monsanto seed here, and then your farm is about 200 meters away. If a bird picks my seed and lands it on your farm, you are liable to pay for patent charges. Or because you have not purchased it from Monsanto direct, but you've got your, and that has led to a lot of, there is a lot of cases pending. They have to remove that first. Secondly, they have to conduct a full research on the health side of things, because nobody knows whether Monsanto seeds are actually good to our health. There are people that say, I love technology, I just don't want to eat it. So criticisms like that, you see, because it's all genetically modified. So two things. First, a research needs to be conducted on what the health benefits are, so that people are actually convinced. And second, you stop suing other farmers. Farmers are poor by nature. If you do that to people, people will lose faith in you.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Susan, Graham?
Are Monsanto seeds used in the United States?
Yes.
So they can't have dangerous things.
Yeah. That's why they have a lot of cases pending in the United States.
They haven't stopped them from being used.
Because it's pending.
Did you consult with the UN Food and Agriculture Organization?
Yes. That report actually comes from FAO.
But you didn't say that.
I've mentioned it.
And is Monsanto's seeds, are they the only cause of suicide amongst Indian farmers?
Well, the report mainly only talks about Monsanto seeds. I've not gone behind that. It's not within the scope of the research. That's for future researchers to find out.
But bias is an important aspect of research.
That's what the news channel says. It says it's Monsanto on its own. 290,000 farmers in 20 years. The cotton industry in India has suffered. The parliament in India tried to stop Monsanto, but it was too little, too late.
Weather has an effect. Climate has an effect.
But not the genetically modified seeds.
Oh, yes.
But if it works in India, they must have. It's a big company. It's a multinational company.
A chemical company.
Well, they have been banned in this country. That's one thing.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.